everyone, welcome to the finale of the Stunticon arc, I guess, that we've been having on this channel for a little bit. Because finally, now that we've looked at each of the individual bots themselves, we can finally combine them into the big boy. But before we do that, I thought it would be a good idea to just do one final size comparison of all of them with all of them. I thought, you know what, hey, the Combiner Wars Stunticons and the Legacy Stunticons, let's see them all together before we truly get into this thing and start combining this bad boy and fully talk about the Menasor himself. Let us look at these Stunticons together. So here they all are. And we have an obvious clear winner on which ones are better because, well, you know why these are better if you have watched the review. So, I will get everyone out of here and I will get these guys set up in the modes that we need them in order to get this going. So, I'll see you in a second. So, everyone seems to be in their starting positions. So, let's combine it, baby! And for anyone wondering, I will show you guys how to get Motormaster back into his robot mode after this. But let's start with the combination stuff. So, to do that, we kind of need to get everyone basically out of here. And we really need to just focus on the Motormaster man himself. Because he is the only one that really matters in this whole thing. So, let's get Motormaster into chest mode before we delve into the big trailer here. So, what you want to start off with, you want to take this piece here, untab it. Also, make sure that his head is straight, otherwise you're not going to be able to get this loose. Let me just tap this back in. But you basically want to take this and put it forward like so. Afterwards, you can rotate the head around. I don't really know if it's entirely necessary. But then what you want to do, you want to pull on the head. And oh my god, bigger head in chest. Yes. Now what you want to do is, you want to kind of get a grip on this head and pull it all the way up. Take the horns here on the back and rotate them all the way around. Afterwards, you want to fold the head in and then get this all the way up. But you want to take the head, fold it in, and just rotate it in. And then there is a slot in here that the tab here is going to slide into. So you just want to take it and just plug it in like so. Now, He looks ridiculous. Sorry, couldn't resist. Anyway, next up, what you want to do is you want to untap these pieces here. Rotate this around. Also, open this up here. And then fold the hands in, obviously. I don't know why. I think during the Motormaster review, I forgot to do that as well. We basically want to take this, also untap this here. So just untap it by lifting it up. Keep this down, rotate this around. Rotate this so that you can use the elbow joint and rotate it down. Do the same thing on the other side. So just rotate this around. And then bend it like so. Also lift the camera up a bit. And then you basically want to take these two. And then under the hand, where the hands used to be, there's a hole as you can see and a tab. You want to basically tab this in here. Like so, boys. There you go. And now we can work on the legs. So what you want to do is you want to lower the camera. Open these pieces here up. Also untap these pieces here from in here because we are going to need this. Oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen. We basically want to untap these pieces here. Also rotate these more out to the side like so. Because what you want to do then is you want to untap only the front piece here. And then this tabby here is going to slide into that slot right there. To get him prepped for chess mode. Do the same thing on the other side. As you can see, like that. Also, I think you are supposed to rotate the waist. If you are not, we'll fix it later. But I think you are. Because next up, what you want to do is you want to get this slot, this tab in there. So basically you want to line this up. Also mess around with the legs in order to get them perfectly in. So basically you just want to double hinge this in like so. This thing closed back up. You want to basically fold the hinge in and then close this up like so. Then the tab can go in here better. There you go. Let me just show it off better on this side. It will be better. So we're opening it up before. Then what you want to do is you open it up. Then you want to double hinge this in here. And then when you have an opening, close this back up. And then, No, you weren't supposed to untap. Rotate this up, and then this tab is going to slide into that slot right there. So you just want to take it and slide it in like so. Then you can also just slide these pieces in, and then for the finishing touch, what you want to do is you want to take this piece here and just tab it in. So rotate this in, and then just get it in there. And here we have the chest mode of Motormaster. He is so small right now compared to what he was. So now then, we can get all these boys out of the way because we need to start ripping this thing apart. Starting off, you actually have to rip it apart. Ah, no, the sword. I knew it. I wanted to be careful. That didn't work out. Get the sword out. We basically want to undo this whole thing, and then also split these pieces here. Put this off to the side. We'll deal with that later. Split these pieces here. There you go. And then afterwards, you want to lift this piece here at the front all the way up. And then you want to split this as well. And this we will actually move off to the side because we're not going to need that. So, yeah, a little bit of parts forming, but I guess you can't win them all. So let's start off with the chest mode. So what you want to do is you want to rotate these leg pieces up like so. And then rotate this piece here around. And then finally rotate the waist. And lift these pieces up as well, that you can see, but these pieces here, lift them up, and there we go, one thing done. Move it off to the side. Next up, let's make a pair of legs, shall we? So what you want to do is you want to come here and open this up like so, rotate it all the way around, and then take this piece here and rotate it up like so. Do the same thing for the other legs, so you just want to undo it and rotate it around. Take this piece here, rotate it up, tab slot, as you can see, tab it in like so, and there you go. Now if you want to know which side is which, activate the ankle tilt and you will know. And it seems I actually got them correct. So then what you want to do, as you can see this big square here, if you ever been in Combiner Wars, you know that that's supposed to go in there. I actually don't know if this guy has compatibility with Combiner Wars figures. We could figure that one out later on, but that's not really too important at the moment. But here we go, slot it in, fantastic. Now then, move you off to the side again, because now we got to deal with the hands here. So what you want to start off with is you want to rotate this thing around. Simple as that. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate this down and fold it in, or rotate this down, fold it in, and rotate it all the way down, like so. And after that, well, that's it for now, actually, because next up what you need to do is you need to grab the car boys before we continue on. So let's do the same prep work on this side as well. Fold these pieces in and rotate them in, and also fold out the fist like so. And there we go. Now then, let's grab the car boys. And also, these car boys are actually designed to go on a specific hand. I have actually tried to put it on the other hand, but it doesn't work. So, what you want to do, as you can see in here, you got an opening and you got the slot here. This fist belongs to drag strip. So basically you want to take this in there. Also, you got two slots here in the middle for these two tabs. You got these slots for these two tabs. It's basically just, you just basically just line this big tab up with the big hole, and then afterwards everything will kind of line up as well. And then, there you go. Had to line it up perfectly. But because of what you just did, what you can do now is, let's see if we can do it. Rip him open, rip him apart as you should. And then you want to double hinge this out. So you basically want to push this down and then push it up on the double hinge in order to get it. Also, this little connecting piece goes perfectly in there. But yeah, you basically just split the guy in half. Also, afterwards, what you can do is fold in the wheels all the way. And then activate the elbow bend in order to make sure that everything is correct. And here we got an arm. Do the same thing on the other side. So, as you can see here at the top here, we got a bit hole that this needs to line up with. And then everything else down here, you kind of just need to line up after you've lined this up. And it seems like we did it on the first go. So afterwards, all you have to do is just... there you go. Go down and then double hinge it up. Go down and then... double hinge it up. And there you go. Fantastic. Fold up the tires and there you are. So, now that we have this done, next up what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the leg boys done as well. So, what you want to do with the leg boys is very simple. You want to come in here and untap this piece. Come in here and untap this piece. Fold it all the way up. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then what you want to do is you want to fold this up as well. Take this and fold this up as well. And that's all the leg work that you need to do. Because that's it. Now then, let's get these on the correct legs. So, breakdown is supposed to go on this leg here. This leg here. I actually have Menasor in the back there for size comparison in order to show me which leg it's supposed to go on. So, as you can see in here, let's show it off better. Around next to my thumb, there are 2 tabs. They're gonna slide into the 2 holes up there. And then you got 2 tabs down here as well that are gonna slide into this slot here. It doesn't want to focus on, but these 2 slots here. So basically want to take it, use this piece here in order to kind of like push it towards the back. And then just plug it in and on like so. Also, you can then fold the window down. You don't have to fully fold the window up. I thought you did, but you don't. So, like I said, you have to push this purple piece in, as well as lining everything up, just like with breakdown. Same mold after all, so I guess these might be interchangeable with each other. But the jury's still out on that one. I have not spoken to the jury, but I feel like that they are still out on that one. So there you go. That's done. Now then, chest connection time. Let's rotate you around and let's show you off. As you can see in here, there are 2 big holes. And then here, there are 2 tabs that have some detail in it. Those are going to go in there. And then this is going to hitch around here. Down here. So what you want to do is you want to take this guy, push him in, and then to lock him into place, you want to lift this piece up, and that locks the guy into place. And then for the finishing touch, as you can see, these truck pieces here on the side, yeah, they are gonna go in here. So you want to take it and just slide it over. Take it and slide it over. Like so. And here, after everything is done, we have the big Menasor man himself in his robot mood. Oh boy, it's finally Menasor time. Oh, it has taken us about a month to get here, but we made, well, technically 3 weeks, but we made it nonetheless. We have made it together, you and I. We made it to Menasor himself after all those other reviews. And I will also delve into these pieces here, but I'm not gonna do that for the combined part, because that's not necessarily important. What is important, though, is a Menasor! And oh my god, does he look good. He looks so good. I have a small issue with this guy. Actually, it's kind of a big issue. You hear that? On this side, the ratchet, sadly enough, is broken. So, yeah, not really a lot of fun. It can hold certain things up, but it also isn't really the strongest, sadly enough. But that's really my only issue, because a Menasor that actually looks like it's attempting to be, you know, good looking, but also to be accurate to Generation 1. And that makes me so happy about this thing. So, without further ado, let's pull you in a bit closer and let's look at that beautiful new head sculpt that has presented itself. Very, very nice looking head sculpt. I love the red eyes, the mouth, the nose, the horns. My goodness, and the fact that I was just hiding in his chest without giving him a backpack like the Combiner Wars one did, which actually had a backpack because of the fact that it needed to hide the head. I love it. And you got the Decepticon symbol here on the chest. You got these pieces here, these vents, I guess. You have some details on the sides here. A lot of details here on the chest outside of the Decepticon symbol. I also like how you can basically just make Menasor, even though he doesn't have the car, guys, just because you bought Motormaster, which is actually pretty cool. I wonder if they're gonna do this kind of stuff for the other combiners coming out in the future as well. Like, I don't know, in 2025, well, this year, I guess. But this year, Silverbolt being like a Commander class figure and coming with like the part in order to make Superion. But I love how the car guys just split down the middle, which actually is splitting down the middle, because these are actually the feet, just like these are. And this is the top part. So they pulled off a jazz in order to make this happen. But I also really like how that looks, to be honest, because also on Menasor, you know, it was like, the car guys didn't really do anything for the transformation anyway. So this makes a lot of sense. I also like the crotch piece here with the red and the yellow around it and the black around it. I like this color scheme a lot. Let's move down to leg central. And here we have a ton of details revealed because the car guys are now inside their positions. Look at all the details. My goodness, this looks good. And the car guys are just on the back as they are. They don't really do much transforming, but they don't really need to do much transforming. Technically, they do more transforming than the arm guys because the arm guys just snap in half. And you got some nice big feet here with some heels and also some detail under the heels as well. Ooh, we got some under the feet detail, but the heels in order to keep him standing and because of the fact that if he doesn't have heels, he is going to fall. And these are actually bigger, but still look less ridiculous than the ones on the other Menasor. But man, and then from the back, here he is. My goodness. What a nice looking back as well. Very clean. You know, looking at how much we had to do. It is actually a very clean back, unlike the other one, who actually technically also had a clean back, but he had like big hands sticking out, so yeah. I'm kind of comparing him to Menasor without officially comparing him to Combiner Wars Menasor. But this thing is so good. I don't know why Menasor was the first one that we got, because is Menasor really that popular? Like, I mean, they're Superion and Devastator. I think that they are far more popular than Menasor. But it's nice to get Menasor because also Menasor was the worst one out of the G1 combiners that we got. Because yes, we also got like Ultra Prime and Omega Prime and all the others, the Galvatronus and all the other stuff. We got all that. But like out of the ones that appeared in Generation 1, I will say that Menasor is easily the worst out of them all. So getting a new version of him makes me also very excited for that upcoming Studio Series 86 Devastator, who's apparently going to be about the same height as this guy, which I'm actually pretty excited about. And also potentially the Superion and Bruticus that have been teased as well, according to leaks, because I'm recording all this stuff in 2024. Just to kind of get it out of the way. But my goodness, does he look good. He is full of details, even has like stomach details as well that I didn't even talk about. You got some stomach details as well. Oh, I really like the way that this guy looks, and this guy has officially become my favorite combiner that I own, even with the GIMP arm. Sadly enough. I mean, it still kind of works, but it's like, it's not as tight as this one. So, let us look at the weapons that he comes with, I guess, because he comes with the sword that you already saw in the Motormaster review that he can just hold in his hand if need be. And then next up, I guess we're gonna build it, aren't we? We're gonna take these pieces and do some fun stuff with them. Or maybe not, who's to say? So, what you want to do with... Get this out of the way. What you want to do with this thing is fully extend it all the way. Just keep extending it like so. Then what you want to do is, in here, you want to just bend it like so. Get all of this together, and then you got this stabby here that goes to that slot right there. This stab here goes to that slot right there, and then so on and so forth. So you basically want to take this, collapse this in on itself, and collapse this in on itself, and then also make sure that this stab goes into here as well, and you can just let this out as well, or maybe just leave this up, and there you go. Then you also can just extend this piece here as well. And I guess you can just do this, and then there's a tab here and a slot here. So you just basically want to take this in here, I guess. And here you have kind of like a turret mode, I guess. What you can also do is you can also lift this piece here up, and then lift this up, I guess. And there you go. Now he's got a little turret. Or you can just put this down. Wait, I have a better idea. Rotate this piece here around like so. Open this up, and here we got the turret mode, as you can see. I think that this is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't like it. And technically, he can hold it. I mean, he'll just pick up the whole turret. This feels like something that was more meant for Motormaster than for Menasor. Maybe I should have shown this off during the Motormaster review. However, I will say I think that this looks absolutely ridiculous, and I always just leave this off to the side. Well, actually, that's not what I do. What I do with this thing when he's on the shelf, fold all this stuff in. What I do is on the back here, let me just lift this bad boy up. Here in the back, you have a little slot that works for this stab because this stab is supposed to go in there for the trailer. So I just like to just hitch it on like this. And have him on the shelf kind of like this. He's on the shelf looking like this in order to be able to have it with him. So he has kind of like a, I don't know, like a sword hilt, I guess. Or you can kind of rotate this. You can be creative with this as well. Oh, that's not, okay, everything's going wrong. I don't know, like a, other way. Let's just, here you go, kind of like a, it's got a wee bit of a jetpack or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to make this look cool, even though it will never look cool. But what I usually just do is take this piece here and put it off to the side. Because also what you can do with this, if you fold this back down, is you have two handles, but you technically only really need to use one. So you just put it in the hand, and now he has a gun. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to bend the elbow. But he is holding a gun. There you go. See? That's what you can also do. I don't know why he's kind of leaning forward now. Kind of weird. Weird that he's leaning a bit forward. Kind of looks like he... Yeah, he is leaning forward. I don't know why that's happening. Oh. But yeah, but he can just hold the weapons like so. So let's get these weapons out of here so we can get into that posability segment. So, starting off the posability, his head can do a full rotation like this. It cannot really move any other way. You can't really get any jiggle out of it, sadly enough. His arms can actually move out on this joint here. All the way out to the side so he can punch the person next to him and kind of do like the Hulk thing from the Avengers. But also what you got is you got a full-on rotation on a beautiful ratchet, if it works, like this one. But you got a full beautiful ratchet. You also have a swivel down here and an elbow joint, and then the hand can rotate on another ratchet. This guy is just full of ratchets, isn't he? Then his waist, let me just... has a rotation as well. Also, the outward ratchet isn't broken. It's just the forward and back, sadly enough. But he's got a full-on waist rotation because nothing is hindering him. He can just do a full-on rotation. Then his leg can go forward about that far. Let me just, yeah. And backwards about that far. I guess we'll do it with this one. We can go in and out as well. You have a swivel over here. You got a bend at the knee. A full-on bend at the knee. Oh boy. And then, as I already showed during the combine it segment, the feet have ankle tilt as well. But no forward and back, but this flap can move around, so you got something, I guess, out of it. So he has a lot of posability and technically, outside of this arm, the joints to be able to hold on to the poses that he needs to and that you potentially want to. He is actually very posable. I think that this is a really good combiner. Too bad that my ratchets, that one of my ratchets are broken. But if I do this and I give him the sword, oh, it doesn't fall down. If I give him the gun though, will it fall down? Yes, it will. This is too heavy. This thing is too heavy. But he can hold the sword in that hand. Also, you got a bunch of ports here because of the other combiners in order, the other pieces in order to attach the weapons. If you want, you can really deck him out. But we'll talk more about that in final thoughts. So, the only thing left to do right now is to get into size comparisons. So, let us just start off these size comparisons with the original Menasor from Combiner Wars. I have decided to be fair and not give him... You know what? Who cares about being fair? Here he has Blackjack, which I think was the name of this thing. I think this thing was called Blackjack. But here you have Menasors together, and one obviously looks way better than the other one. And the other one, sadly enough, looks very, very derpy. And I will say this, to me, even at the time of release, I hated how this thing looked. And you had so many people who were like, oh, it doesn't look that bad in person. Yeah, it does. The Optimus Prime variation of this guy also looks very bad in person. It just doesn't look good. And if you look at the two of them comparing to each other, my goodness, does the new one look so much better. He works so much better. And yes, basically the entirety of him is stashed inside of the trailer of Motormaster. But I don't care. At least the trailer has something to do outside of just being stashed away and just be there to look cool in vehicle mode, like Optimus and Rodimus and all the other ones, and Scourge and other Optimuses who have a trailer that just doesn't really do anything outside of just be in the way. This trailer at least separates itself in order to become like the robot itself, And then thanks to Motormaster, you can basically get the figure fully completed without the rest of the guys. However, the guys do make it feel a bit more complete. So I think that the new way was a lot better than the old way. So let's get him out of here, and I'm gonna put him back on the shelf immediately after this is done. However, I will say that the sword that you get with the Combiner Wars one is really cool. Alright, it's such a cool looking sword. Look at this thing. So here we got the size comparison, with Starscream, Megatron, and Galvatron. Looking very nice indeed, and he is indeed towering above them like he should, as the combiner that he is. So let's get them out of here and bring in the final size comparison. And here we have Soundwave and Shockwave with the Menasor man himself. So let's get them out of here as well. Normally after something like this, because the fact that we already have him in robot mode, the thing that I would be doing is final thoughts. However, what I will be doing next is going to be showing you how to put this guy back into the trailer and also Motormaster modes. So I'll be doing that. Also, here he is without any of the car guys. Just thought I'd show that off. Now then, let's get this guy back into his modes that, you know, our people are more familiar with. So what you want to start off with, or what I like to start off with, because I always forget about it, is you want to basically come in here and lower this piece down here. There you go. Then what you want to do is you want to untab these pieces here. Take this guy, untab him, move him off to the side. Come here and untab these pieces as well. And here we go. Now then, we're gonna turn this into the trailer first before we get to Motormaster, so you can't skip ahead in the video. But what you want to start off with this thing is you want to rotate the waist around. Rotate these pieces like so. Then rotate these pieces, no, not fully forward, just almost fully forward so that you can still have clearance for this. And then rotate that piece around and then fold this down, and this will slide in. This piece here will slide in there. So there you go. That is one piece done. Then what you want to do is you want to take this here, and as you can see here, there is a little bit of an opening that this is going to go into. So you basically just want to feed that in there. Rotate this all the way around, wrap it around like a Christmas present, and then just get it all tabbed together. Just push on it a bit, and then you can rotate these pieces down as well to finish off this look, and we're already mostly done. Next up, what you can also do is you can just take the sword here and plug it in down here, and there you go. That's one piece done. Now what you want to do is you want to take this foot here and fold it up, tab it into place. Take this piece here, fold it down and tab it into place. Then fold this thing over and tab that into place as well. Do the same thing on the other side. It will be a bit quicker on this side though, because I've already shown it off. Come on, there you go. And bam, there you go. That's what you want to do. Now then, you also want to take this gun here and fold this up like so. Keep this like this, because next up, what you want to do is you need to... Oh man, it's broken. Oh man, I didn't know it broke, as you can see in here. But let's show it off on this side. As you can see, on this side here, there is a tiny hole, and on this side, there isn't. This tiny tab here is supposed to go into that slot right there. So you just basically want to take it, tab it in, do the same thing on the other side, even though the tab broke off, and then... Oh. And then also, you have a peg and a slot, and the same thing down here, and you basically just want to line those up. You know how this works. You have been around Transformers before. My guess is not that this is not your first rodeo with Transformers. But there you go. We got the top part done. Next up, what you want to do is you want to... Well, what you can do is you can just fold these pieces out. Also, straighten out the hand. And then these two tabs are going to kind of hug the holes on the back of his hand. So just do that. Do the same thing on the other side. Just fold this out, fold this out. This will come into play later. Also, make sure that these things are rotated like so. You have to do that. But then rotate the fist around in order to make sure that it sits in its spot. Then what you want to do is you want to bend this down on the furthest most hinge towards this side. And then bend it in, as you can see under here. You basically just want to double hinge this in, and then this tab here is going to go over that slot right there. Do the same thing on the other side. And also tab these side pieces. As you can see, there are 2 tabs here. You cannot see that because out of focus, but there they are. And you basically just want to take this, tap this in, tap this over, and fold this over like so. And there you go. One side done. Do the same thing on the other side. Also fold this up. Bend this down, over, bend over, bam. Keep this straightened out. Bend this also. There you go. Fantastic. And then finally, take these 2 and tap them together. Make sure that everything sits in its rightful place. Then you want to come here and rotate this around. This is how it's supposed to look. There are a bunch of holes here, and some of these are supposed to go in holes. The 2 holes up here, and then like in the middle, some of those holes. I always forget which ones. Basically want to line everything up. Also, nope, don't do that yet. On here, on this piece here, there are also tabs. As you can see, there are tabs right there. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. There are 2 tabs up here that are also going to slide in on the 2 slots in the back over here. So you basically just want to line everything up and just take it, line it up and slide it in, line it up and slide it in like so. Then what you want to do is the fact that you have 4 tabs over here, and there are 4 slots up here, and there's also some stuff down there. Get the sword in here first, and then just line this up and tap this whole bad boy together like so. There you go. Trailer done. Alright. Motormaster time. Well, Menasor top parts time. What you want to do to start this off is the fact that you actually want to untap these pieces down here. You just want to get them out from under there and move them off to the side, because they kind of lock this whole piece into place. Lower the camera a bit for you guys as well, but they kind of lock this whole thing into place. So get them out of the way first. Then what you want to do is you want to pull this off to the side to split this up like so. Then open up this piece in here and rotate this out all the way. Close it back up. And also come here, take this piece of the truck here and rotate it down and tab it in. Also rotate this down and tab it in like so. And then you can just rotate this around. Do the same thing on this side here. So rotate this down, tab it in, open this piece here up somewhere. There you go. Rotate this whole piece out and close it back up, and then rotate it around as well. There you go. Now you got a bunch of legs done. Then what you can do is you can then untap these arm pieces here. Rotate this around more to the front, and then on the side here, the tab that you used for the legs can now be used for the arms. So you basically want to rotate this forward and tab it together. Take these pieces here and rotate them down and tab them in. Then what you can do is you can come in here. Oh, that's... Why does that always keep happening to me? You want to open up this piece here. Then after that, what you want to do is you want to come back here and fold down these things. Now, make sure that they are folded down all the way. Otherwise, this is not going to work. Then take this here, and then you want to double hinge this down until it actually sits in there. After that, rotate the head out and rotate this up and get this all together like so. Rotate the head around as well, because that is the front. Also, rotate the waist around. Then what you want to do is you want to take this piece here, make sure that the head is straight, otherwise this is once again not going to work. And rotate this all the way around, and then in here you got a slot and a tab, so there you go. Rotate this forward like so. Also make sure that everything is just pushed forward as far as it can go. And then for the finishing touches, what you can do is you can come in here and rotate out the hand like so. Do the same thing on here, rotate out the hand. Rotate this around, and then here you have Motormaster and his trailer done. So I'm gonna get these guys back into robotic mode and get ready for final thoughts. So I guess we have finally made it to final thoughts. There isn't a lot to do here, but there also is at the same time, because of the fact we gotta combine the man himself. Now I think overall that this is a very good combiner. I am very happy with him. I got him in the gift set, as I have talked about in each of these reviews. This is actually from the gift set, so if he looks slightly different from the version that you have because you got the retail one, yeah, that's why. Because the fact that this is the Legacy Evolution gift set, but I'm still gonna call it Legacy Menasor, to be honest. Also, in between these recordings, I have noticed the fact, I don't think I said this during the drag strip review, that he actually has 6 wheels in the G1 show, so that is accurate. And also, apparently, Breakdown, when he was sold, had Legacy packaging instead of Legacy Evolution packaging, even though he was released during Transformers Legacy Evolution. But he had Legacy packaging, so that's why. And also, this is the first ever combiner thing that I have done, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed it the way that I have done it. I have actually very much enjoyed it the way that I did it right now, with the fact that we take a look at each individual figure first before we go into the big boy himself. I mean, technically that is also how he was released, so if I was doing this, I don't know, in 2020, for example, this is the eventual video that you would have gotten anyway. But I very much enjoyed making this video. This is also the first attempt, so who knows, maybe the future attempts will become a lot better. But yeah, I think that this thing is actually great. Now, is he worth the asking price? I don't remember what the asking price was, because for mine was like 120, I think. Which is like 20 euros more than Motormaster is on his own. And I think that while this is a good combiner, sadly enough, if you have to get the individual figures, Breakdown and Wild Rider, mainly Wild Rider because he was the original mold, lets the team down very, very much, sadly enough. So until you get Menasor himself, you are not gonna be having too much fun with it. While Dragstrip, Dead End, and also Motormaster are really good, it's just the other two aren't. So getting this guy as a combined set, I think he is actually really fun as long as the ratchets don't die out. So would I recommend him is for me very difficult to say, but I would say if you have the funds and you want the combiner, well, I mean, apparently this year we are getting Superion and Devastator, so maybe buy them instead, who actually is going to, I think, be the same price, because Motormaster himself was a combiner price point. No, he's not, because of the fact that there are a couple of Voyagers attached to Devastator as well. I forgot about that one. So Devastator is slightly more expensive, but maybe that one is better. Who's to say? And also potentially Superion is coming out next year, so that could also be a good alternative. But if you can find this guy, I would say, yeah, he is definitely worth a pickup because I think he's a nice guy. And also the reverse transformation did show me that I accidentally broke that. So getting this thing out, be very careful. I don't even know how it broke, but I guess it just did. But that has been my review of Transformers Legacy, technically Evolution because of the gift set, Combiner Menasor. I'm just gonna call these guys combiners, that's the simplest thing. So Combiner Menasor. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!